Studio 701.
We have to start sharing the roadways now that schools are open, and Carmel is talking with Safe Kids coordinator Amber Emerson for things we should keep in mind while driving.
Hey guys, I am here with Nurse Amber. She is the coordinator for Safe Kids Minot, and we're here to talk about safety because we're going to be sharing our roadways with the little guys when school is in session. Hi, Amber.
Hi, Carmel. How are you today?
I'm well, thanks for asking. How are you?
I'm good.
I'm happy that you're here. So what are some things that us motorists should keep in mind, especially when school's in session?
Sure. As school starts, it's best to make sure we're keeping an eye out for those littles like you talked about, especially when we're doing things like backing up out of our driveways, when we get into those school zones. Keeping in mind that kids younger than age 10 can't typically developmentally know how fast a car is coming at them. As an adult, we can tell, okay, that car is a block away, we have plenty of time, or we need to wait. Whereas kids younger than 10 don't always have that. So making sure we're giving them a little bit of extra time and watching out for them. As parents, we need to be keeping an eye on our kids, making sure that we're teaching them the right way to cross the street. What we tell kids now is to look left, look right, and then look left again immediately before you cross that street, making sure that there's no cars coming. If you're at a stop sign, making sure that you're making eye contact with the driver. If we are crossing in front of a car at a crosswalk, that we see that driver and they see us.
I love these tips because growing up in the 90s, I always heard look both ways before you cross the street, but
Yes.
never look again.
Yes.
I love that. And the making of the eye contact, those are great tips.
Yes.
And it's also important to keep in mind that, yes, certain cars have the backup cam, but you did note that sometimes there are blind spots and things
Yes,
of that sort.
absolutely. In a mid-size SUV, so think like a Tahoe, Yukon, things like that, the blind spot can actually hide about 50 children. So making sure that we're really paying attention, especially when we're leaving our driveway, because little kids always don't think about that. They think they're on the sidewalk, so they think they're safe. And even when we're out and about, on those roadways, paying attention to what we're doing, that we're not on our phones, we're being good examples for those kiddos. Not being distracted while we drive is a huge thing too.
Yes, very huge. And we touched a little bit earlier about the bus stop.
Yes.
Yes, can you go into that a little?
For sure. Teaching our kid that when we go to the bus stop, making sure that we're stepping 3 big steps away from that door and waiting for the bus so that when it pulls up, we're not in its way. As children, making sure when we're getting off and on the bus that we wait for that bus to come to a complete stop before we're trying to get on and off. Making sure we're listening to the bus driver's direction. As motorists, we need to be very, very vigilant behind those buses. When we see those yellow lights come on that bus, that means we need to slow down, and that bus is going to be making a stop. So when that stop sign comes out, we never, it is against the law actually to pass that bus once those red lights come on. And the reason why, we saw quite a few injuries last year around the country of little children that were actually killed getting off the bus because the car goes to pass the bus and the child steps out in front of the bus to cross the street to their house. So making sure that we're giving that bus that extra few minutes to stop. As children, we teach those little kids, especially if they have to cross the road to get off the bus, that they take 5 giant steps in front of the bus to be sure that that bus driver sees them. They make eye contact with the bus driver. Then they cross the road when that bus driver indicates that it's safe.
Definitely. And you could save a life by doing that.
Oh,
Thank you
absolutely.
so much, Amber.
Yeah.
Such great information, great tips.
Certainly, I love getting messages. I love hearing from parents, so absolutely.
Well, thank you so much,
Yes.
Miss Amber.
Yes, you're welcome, Carmel.
Absolutely.
A lot of good information there. And if you would like more information, please visit safekids.org.
And keep it here. Coming up next, what does it mean to